What up? We got breaking news. It's trending everywhere. Make sure that y'all come in here and like the video, and most importantly, subscribe if you've not already. Damn, I done wrote subscribe on my fucking envelope. What up? What up? What up, people? Philly, what up? Gotta keep these birds flying out the door. Let's gizzo. I ain't had time to hoop, but I've been balling all year. Let you figure that out. Harry Wilson. Harry Wilson, your knittage is on the way. This is going to the Bronx. Gerard Ave. Harry, do you know I did the Murder Unit documentary? Good evening, everybody. Bear with me for just a second. And we're going to kick it. Boom, 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 boom. Bring your baby to a bar event. That's a privileged baby. Y'all had a problem with that? That's rich nigga shit. You had a problem with that? What the fuck is going on in this world, man? Everybody understanding and expectations of opulence is totally different. That was far fetched to you, huh? That's because you couldn't afford it. Those type of opportunities are provided for people who can afford it. So yeah, your family never took you to no main event when you was a child. I take it they couldn't afford it. He could afford it. At the gym now, finishing. Thanks for the motivation. Yep, yep, yep. And niggas ain't bust the great. Let's be for real. Was they supposed to? Was they supposed to? We didn't spend money to get off in this venue. Is we supposed to start acting like niggas right on site? Are we supposed to? No, 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 no. And not only that, success makes you complacent. It does. It does. Shouldn't expect them niggas to get into a public space and start fighting and shit. That's kid shit. That's not player. It's not. It's not. He said, "Isn't this old?" I don't know when. Troy, the one that posted it. The question I have is, how was that cameraman on time like that? That cameraman was on time, wasn't he? That footage was perfect. The cameraman was on time. I think Maino is very wary of Troy Ave. Troy ain't no sucker. I believe that factored into it too. Troy has proven that he ain't no chump. Nobody wants an encounter or conflict. Nobody wants a encounter or conflict with a motherfucker that's gonna fight you back. Bullies, they tend to, they tend to attack or pursue niggas that they know ain't gonna fight them back. Nobody want to get hit in their face. Nobody. So if you off into it with something with a nigga that's possibly gonna hit you in your motherfucking face, you might not want to press the issue. You might not want to press the issue. He said, packing up that work. I know that package. Yeah, they flying out the door, man. It's knitted season. This is going to New Jersey. This dandy right here. This is the Charlotte Hornets colorway. I make a lot of money from this colorway. Whatever. If you're a merchant, you selling clothes or anything like that, you gotta keep this colorway. This colorway is a proven winner. And he know Troy will let that hammer fly. Yeah, yeah. Definitely. The old heads messing the game up. What do you mean by that? Y'all blame old niggas for everything. And exactly, what is your interpretation of old? Maino shouldn't have a problem with Troy. He stole Troy's chain. What the fuck? Troy should be the motherfucker that's mad. Why would Maino be mad? He stole the chain. He stole the chain. So he don't really got no beef. Just think about it. What the fuck is Maino mad about? You got away with the chain and shit. So he shouldn't be upset with Troy. Troy the motherfucker that, his chain was pilfered. Troy lucky he was holding his baby. That nigga wasn't lucky he was holding no fucking baby, man. I hope y'all don't view it as that. I hope you don't view it as that. He wasn't lucky he was holding no fucking baby. Troy Ave is a man. You do something to a man, you can expect fucking repercussions. Y'all take, and I said that I was off this. Y'all think Maino was Charles Manson. Y'all think Maino was Charles Manson. Riddle me this. Has he ever jumped on anybody over 6 foot? Has he ever jumped on anybody over 6 foot? Hell no. So what makes you think he gonna jump on a motherfucker who done been through the shit that Troy Ave done been through? Troy Ave wouldn't have been permitted to have the success that he's had in this industry if he was a chump. Now, the whole people, well, I seen China Brim made a video and he said, I know that Maino didn't shake his hand. Maybe that was dead in it. Maybe that was saying, man, I'm dead. I'm done with that shit. Maybe that's niggas saying that I ain't on the same shit that I was on 6 months ago. Y'all do know that Troy went to jail after his Maino thing. He went to go do a bid. He did. So y'all expecting them to still be on the same shit after a jail bid, and in all reality, it was some internet shit. Last replica chain probably didn't bother Troy Ave. Maino wasn't gonna do nothing in a public place. I think we fading out of the gangster shit, starting to be more grown men. I like that. I like that. I think that's a shoe that fits better right now. I'm gonna keep it real with you, man. That the whole fighting, I'm gonna see you, and that's some bum shit. I'm not promising you no ass whooping, man. I might scuff my new shoes. Nigga with new shoes don't want to be off into no goddamn conflict. And I always got on new shoes. I'm always looking good. I don't want no smoke. I don't want no problems with you. It's nothing wrong with telling that to a nigga. Straight up. Somebody said, who brings a new baby to a boxing event? Somebody that want their baby to experience something like that. You could shape a baby. My son was watching when Golden State went off in 2015. My son was born that year, right? The first year that they went to the finals. I propped him up in the baby seat and made him watch that shit. You got to see this shit. I was talking to him and everything. They lighting their ass up, ain't they? I was talking to him and everything. That's Steph Curry. We watching it on the big screen. He lighting their ass up, ain't he? You had to witness this shit. Only the privileged can do shit like that. Only the privileged can do shit like that. When you raise up a child a certain way, it starts from the cradle. What was wrong with him having the baby in the spot? This is your life. This is what you got to look forward to. When you broke it in the projects, don't y'all have a baby outside in the fucking courtyard? Dope fiends stumbling by, drunks, winos, prostitutes. You had a baby out there witnessing that, right? Don't you have your fucking babies outside in the projects? bearing witness to poverty. So why the fuck he wouldn't have his baby in the spot? Because we can afford it right now. Y'all don't be making no sense. Ain't nothing worse than a broke motherfucker, right? And it starts psychologically. Y'all be fucked up in the head. You got a problem with him having the baby in the spot, man. We can afford this shit. He gonna tell that baby, you know I had you in a prize fight. You know I had you in a prize fight. They could watch that shit on YouTube. You was in the spot that night. Yeah, that's Canelo and shit. That's Terrence Crawford. It was something wrong with him having a baby in the spot, huh? Yeah. Yeah, they proudly had a baby out in the projects watching them goddamn junkies stumble by and shit like that. You ain't got no problem with that, but you got a problem with him having a baby at the main event. That's rich nigga shit. He said he bought seats for the whole family. That baby is privileged. I don't understand. I don't expect you to understand what it's like to be privileged, my nigga. Steph Curry was in the cradle on the sidelines. Yeah, they don't know, man. They don't know, man. It's called nurturing. Yeah. Bro, they don't know about the role of a father also. Shame on them. I hate that I have to come here and civilize a savage on the regular. I be expecting y'all to meet me halfway some days, man. This shit get tired. Shit be wearing me out sometime. The child can look back and see himself at a boxing event as a flex. It is a flex. It is a flex. We about to kick this generational wealth shit off right now. We ain't gonna wait another day. You know why? Because my parents couldn't afford to take me to a boxing match, to the main event. I'm not talking about me. I'm just speaking of, the gesture that Troy did. Maybe he wasn't able to be in the spot when he was a shorty, but I got some money now. So my baby in the spot. That could have been a little boy. I don't know whether they got him and the homegirl got a boy or a girl. But if it's a boy, it really means something. Yeah. All the beefing must be a recession indicator. My man said Coquito on deck. Is it on deck? Hold on. I don't need your Coquito. I don't need your Coquito. I got my own. You know the Latinas love me, man. You thought I wasn't gonna get none? I got my own. No alcohol. This was made VIP. I ought to pop this joint for y'all right now. I'ma wait. I'ma wait. I just wanted you to know. The same way they ridiculed Saud from Philly when she threw on Dubai themed prom for her son. It's the broke mentality. So what if Maino would have knocked him out with the baby in his hands, put the baby in harm's way? What if he would have put his hands on the boy with the baby in his hands and the nigga turned around and bodied his motherfucking ass? Don't you know it's repercussions for doing goofy shit like that? What makes you think somebody's going to accept an assault from Maino or anybody else? This go for everybody. What makes you think that a man in 2025 is going to accept public humiliation like that? And why do y'all feel that Maino is the only motherfucker that's capable of committing these types of acts? You know what I think? I think he don't even want to wear that label no more. It hasn't served him a good purpose. I'm pretty sure Maino's reputation has cost him some money. People judging him by who he used to be or judging him by a reputation that he has attached to him. I'm pretty sure it's cost him some money. I'm pretty sure he don't even like that shit. I'm pretty sure he don't even like that shit. These niggas think Maino was somebody. The only way it could have went differently is if they ran into each other at a corner store. But being at a boxing event shows that they've accomplished something in life. Shout outs to Chano and Ave. I like that approach. We got money to be up in here. Ain't no poor niggas up in here. The niggas that want to see us crash out, they can't even afford to be here. It's more so, oh, I see you, pimp. And I get that type of common courtesy to my to any adversary I ever had. If I ever encountered a nigga and he was fly as me or he was in the spot, I see you, nigga. We both know how we feel about each other. I see you made it. You in here tonight, huh? That could be the end of it. Let's applaud that. They ended it by shaking hands and shit. Taxstone is in the penitentiary. The other nigga is dead. Them niggas is still living. We'd be damn fools to crash out. That we would go the same route that Taxstone and I think his name was Banger went. That don't make any sense. Success make a motherfucker complacent. You don't be triggered to go left field like that. You just don't. And I don't think neither one of them niggas is chumps. People have growth for some reason. People hate growth. Ain't nothing wrong with it. A fool remains the same. A wise man will change many times. That's how giants move. Their head nod is respect. Yeah, let's accept it as that. I see it's made a lot of ripples through the social media world and shit. Them niggas is entertainers. Them niggas is both entertainers and businessmen. Whether you respect Mano's business acumen or not, he's done something that's kept him in this shit. He's never went back to the bench. He's found a way to make it work for himself after being in prison. That needs to be acknowledged and applauded. And I'm pretty sure he's learning more and more every day. You learn as you go along. So, and I don't recall him ever saying that he was going to put his hands on Troy Ave. I never heard him say that. Why would he want to jump on Troy Ave when he stole Troy's chain? Troy, the motherfucker that should be mad. Y'all not even looking at it, you know, y'all not even looking at the big picture. Why would he want to jump on Troy when he stole Troy's chain? Troy, the one that should be mad, not him. Period. People act as if black men can't grow up and move past the bullshit. They couldn't have did nothing at the Crawford fight. They would have got cooked. Troy Ave still calls him Chano on his page today. He stole his chain. He stole his chain. There's nothing that Mano can say to deflect that. They had a relationship before that incident happened. Troy Ave, according to his Instagram post, said he did music with him, maybe appeared in a video with him, didn't charge him anything. This is what he said on his Instagram page. You would think if I was somewhere and I had some type of conflict and a piece of my jewelry fell down, you of all people, if you got your hands on it, you would call me the next day or that night. Yo, pimp, I got your jewelry. Don't even worry about it and shit. Next time I see you, you got it. Or, hit me up in the morning and shit and I'll bring it to you. That's the way it was supposed to go. It didn't go like that. Mano kept the jewelry. That says a lot about him. I ain't throwing no shots. He kept the jewelry, kept it for 7 years. That really says something about him. Coincidentally, a Mano music video came out maybe a week after the incident. He had a chain that looked eerily similar to the one that came up missing. Let's not rush to let's not rush to judgment and say that he wore Troy Ave's chain in his music video. But again, Troy is the one that probably would feel some type of way. That's it. He said he wore it proudly. Shout out to the Knicks. That made me very, very happy to see that that went down like that. Mano ain't stupid. He know Troy is not running, so he would have a decision to make. And is he willing to pay the cost? He know Troy gun go off and he's not running. Pretty much, Mano stole his chain like the dude in the elevator off Juice when he picked up that gun. Even worse, he tried to pawn it. He said, "When is the parade for the Knicks?" Charles Barkley was being very, very critical about that little title. They said that tournament don't really mean nothing. It's just a way that the NBA finds to compensate their players and shit. I don't know, but shout out to the Knicks. Nobody seen that coming. That builds confidence, man. I'm pretty sure the Knicks is feeling themselves right now. Let's see if they get to the Eastern Conference Finals. See if they get to the finals. Jimmy Jones paid that debt he owed to the landlord. 50 had him panicking. Maino was dissing 50 when he first came out on that Little Kim song. Seeing shit like that when you're that young definitely leaves an imprint on a little boy. Maino was feeling like Johnny Dang with Troy Ave chain on in that video. Everyone says it's some grown man thing when they were also grown men when their drama popped off. I don't think Troy Ave had a problem with Maino and Maino had a problem with Troy Ave the night that incident happened at Urban Plaza. This is the thing about certain calibers of people. You can have a nigga that be around you that really don't like you. That's kind of common in the black community. A nigga stand around you, hang around you with different types of motives. He don't like you. He don't like you. But the bitches like you. So he'll try to associate with you in the general public for that reason. If Mano didn't return Troy Ave's chain when it was stolen, lost, whatever, that tells me that he probably didn't like him and probably was using his relationship for his own personal gain. But I don't think that they had a problem prior to, because they had music together prior to that Urban Plaza thing. All of this happened. They was calling Troy Ave a rat because of the case. They was all calling him a rat and he's not a real nigga and all of this type of shit. And Troy Ave, Troy Ave's response was speaking about how Mano's bra got shot and he ran up out of there, left his shoes, and Mano in turn went and got the stolen chain and brought it out. So all of that popped off after the Urban Plaza situation. That night, them niggas didn't have no problem. Like Mano with academics at the Youngboy concert asking Act for a shot. What would make a man, hold on. Man, I lost it. What would make a man keep another man's chain? It's that scavenger shit. It don't matter what I say about Mano or anybody else. His actions will make you come to a conclusion. Let's say you was hanging with him, right? You know, we wear sweatpants and shit like that. And you got out the car, y'all in the car together. You got out the car, you got on sweats. And your bankroll fall out your sweats. He's in the passenger seat. He turn around, he put your money in his pocket. That's what type of person he probably is. I mean, he did steal the nigga chain and shit. I'm just judging this off of his actions. I'm not kicking no dirt. I'm not taking no shot. I'm just saying, look at his actions, and this will tell you who this person is and shit. He could never, ever, ever, ever erase that. When he produced that chain, and then what you doing with this motherfucker for 7 years? And it's in good condition. Look like you've been polishing this motherfucker up. Probably continue to wear it. It just say a lot about his character. Typical Brooklyn Dusty actions. Stole his shit and help him look for it. Mano ain't no get money nigga. I wanted to ask you a question. Those who left the gang life or the street life and people still glorifying gang life, who's in the win? You fucked that up. This is something that I believe. I started to notice about me per se that I was more effective um, moving independently. I never ever, speaking of my contemporaries, I was always fast for my age and shit. Like when I was, you know, in my teens and shit, I was hanging with grown niggas. I always played up. That's what we call it. You know, when you might be 11 and 12, but you're playing with the 16-year-olds and shit. You playing varsity and shit like that. That was my situation. So I was always kind of advanced for my age and shit like that. And I was raised a certain type of way. I was raised in an Islamic home, pro-black at that. So my views, morale, and shit like that was always different. My mom wasn't selling pussy and shit. Like all of my friends, when we was out there getting money and shit like that, they mothers was coming through the block copping, sucking everybody dick and all of that shit. I didn't have to go through that shit. So I was totally different. I was totally different. My values, the way I move and all of that was totally different. So I didn't get on drugs. I'm just speaking of things that will separate you, will separated me. I never sniffed no cocaine. I never took no X pills. I never took no Molly, no Xanax. I just what, and I wasn't no liquor drinking nigga. Henny, you know, the Hennessy and the popping bottles and shit like that. I just wasn't in. I wasn't that. So I started to go this way, and everybody else started to go that way. I would never judge a nigga or look down on him because of the path he chose and shit. You know what I'm saying? I just pretty much try to like just mind my business. If I care about you, I'll say something to you. If I don't, go ahead and crash. That's your divine destiny, pimp. But the street shit didn't get motherfuckers anything but incarceration and death. By the time you get in your late 30s, if you're not understanding this, you're probably slow and you don't want to be free. So you're gonna have to make some changes. I say it again. A fool remains the same, a wise man will change many times. As far as the streets, I just consider it a period. I'm at a space right now where I noticed that it actually stunted my growth. But if you're not growing, you can't even identify that the shit stunted your growth. Who was the first to say Cristal in the rhyme? Nas is trying to claim that. Who cares? Maino used to be a jailbird, and jailbirds have a way different mindset than the average person. There's dogs, and then there's junkyard dogs like Maino. What do you think Maino said to him? I'm willing to bet my legs. Troy said, he said, what's up, Mr. Ave? If I'm walking by you, I'm not going to act like I don't see you. Like, we got to have the, and it turns into what, what's up? And ain't nobody here, ain't no audience here, so it's dig this here, man. Whatever we went through, it's about to be another year. In another week, it's going to be another week or so. It's going to be 2026. Whatever me and you went through, man, that shit dead, man. Good to see life is treating you well. You in the spot tonight. That mean you paid to be here. Continue success, man. Keep up the good work. Ain't nothing wrong with saying that to a player. That's how players talk and shit like that. Again, Troy didn't take anything from him. He stole Troy's chain. So I'm pretty sure Mano is gracious for the podcast that he's a part of. He got the Angela Yee situation. He's still in a position where he can continue to get fresh and take care of himself. So why fuck it all up? It don't make no sense. Let me ask you this now. When a grown man used to flip packs and goes back to the street corner and preach to the little ones and says that's not the right way, who's in the wrong? I would never tell a nigga not to get no money. I would never ever tell a nigga not to get no money. I wouldn't. If I'm speaking to a hustler, I'm gonna identify this skill set that he's been blessed with. You out here getting this off, that means you got skills, but guess what? You can sell anything. You can sell anything, black man. You can sell clothing, you can sell oil, you can sell music, you can sell a whole bunch of different tangible items. I understand that you're gifted and black. You dig? And you got an entrepreneur mindset. I'm just trying to put you on to something. Why sell one commodity when you can sell 100? So I think it's probably inappropriate to, escape from the drug game or something like that and go back and speak down to them niggas. They ain't gonna let you do it no way. They gonna tell you get the fuck out their face, man. Get the fuck out my face, bozo. I would tell them the same shit, especially if you used to live like me. Get the fuck away from me, clown. But you got to know how to speak the hustler's language. That's it. And again, there's a difference between a drug dealer and a hustler. If you happen to be a hustler like me, you know what you got to say. You know what's appropriate and what's inappropriate. You definitely have a very brilliant perspective. You said he kept the chain for 7 years in good condition. I didn't think about that. Yeah, that chain was definitely in good condition. That podcast shit is different. I mean, it's vicious. We need to stop calling them podcasts. Let's call them popularity contests. People ain't tuning into these niggas because the shit is informative or entertaining. They tuning in because these podcasts are being hosted by celebrities and entertainers. When you go to, let's say Spotify or Apple iTunes and shit like that, and you see a bunch of different fucking podcasts on the homepage, what would you listen to? Somebody that you've never heard before? Or a name that you recognize, Fat Joe and Jada. Let me see what that's about. Jim Jones, Fabulous. I know who those guys are. Let's listen to that one. So that's what you're getting. But uh, there's not no real dynamic skill set or no life saving information that's coming out. A lot of these podcasts are destructive. Nigga shit. Nigga shit. You just hearing it. Nigga audio. That's what it is. That's what it is. I need y'all to like the video. It's almost 700 people here, and I appreciate all of y'all. Them podcasts have no content when you think about it. Nah, a lot of them don't. They don't. And they won't be around long. You know why? Them niggas will get tired of it. Oh, shit. Can y'all hear me? Any more DC Outpost stories? No, no, no.